Hello traders, Rich here and welcome to a new video. Here's a quick but detailed update on Bitcoin. So if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, Bitcoin is still overall bearish, making lower highs and lower lows, trading inside this falling green channel, right? And as per my last analysis, for those who watched it, we are still sitting around this key rejection area. And last week resulted in a big wick, so it's what we would like to see. However, price always tends to fill the previous wick. So we've got a wick here, price filled it before going down. We've got a wick, filled it before going down, wick, filled it multiple times, a wick here, went down, filled it before going upward. So this is a possible scenario that we are currently just filling 50% or more, or like sometimes like a little bit more to grab more liquidity before trading higher. So this is the first possible scenario, which is like the relief correction. We might have a correction, we can't really know how far. We'll zoom into lower time frames in a bit to know how to confirm that the correction is about to start. Or we might break this zone. We need a weekly candle close below it, then it would be an overextended impulse movement. In this case, a movement till our next rejection would be expected, which is around the 20k, as we got a demand zone here. Why it's a demand? Because inside this big bullish movement, this is the only period where we've got a consolidation and green candles, right? So you can see all bullish candles. This is the only time we have bearish candles. And of course, this is just a potential rejection zone. If broken downward, and the next one would be this area, which is the strongest support area here. A demand, also aggressive movement upward where the bull run started, and it's also a resistance turned into a support. But let's take it step by step, right? We are currently around this support, so let's zoom into lower time frames and try to know when the bulls would take over. I also posted this picture analysis, if you remember, a couple of days ago, that we are currently trading inside this falling channel. And now, because we are bearish, every correction movement, every bullish movement is simply a correction before the bears take over again to push, make another impulse lower to push in the direction of the overall trend. So we are bearish and we are expecting this correction. We might reject it, like the bears might take over around this area, which is a supply zone, or we might see this movement till here before the bears take over. But first of all, let's wait for the bulls to take over, right? So meanwhile, we are bearish, we can still break below this zone. A candle close from weekly time frame would confirm that the bears are still very strong, because they are still strong, right? So we had an impulse, a flat correction, which means that the bears are very strong, not even letting the bulls make a classic correction, just a flat correction. Right, so we might see this now because the bears are very strong. So impulse, flat correction, impulse, it might be a flat correction before the bears take over again. And we are currently stuck inside this consolidation for a couple of days now, and it's pretty normal for Bitcoin. We can see it all over the place. Consolidation, break downward, consolidation, break downward, right? Consolidation, downward, consolidation, upward, and so on. Consolidation here, downward, consolidation. Okay, and anyway, I'll stop saying consolidation. So this is basically it. We are currently in this range. Okay, so if broken downward, it wouldn't be good. For now, waiting for this to happen from daily time frame, from a medium-term perspective. From a shorter-term perspective, if you zoom into H4, this is my last major high. Of course, we've got multiple highs here in the middle. We can even zoom in. Anyway, we'll zoom in a bit because I want to make it as possible, starting from weekly to M30. Okay, so that's basically this is our last major high uh, from H4. For the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above this area. Then we can expect the bulls to kick in and make a correction. How far? We can't really know. Maybe till here or till here. We'll monitor price action if the bears take over here or they will take over here. Now, if we zoom in even lower, let's see when the bulls would take over from a short-term perspective. If you zoom into H1, we can see this consolidation this range even better. And we've got this channel forming now. We had previously this trend line, right, broken downward, and we are currently bearish from a short-term perspective inside this big range. So inside the range, usually you will be seeing like a bullish movement, reversal, bearish movement, reversal, bullish movement. All right, so we had our bearish movement. Now let's see when the bulls can kick in to start the next impulse movement. So we have a channel now forming. We might see this movement and then a break above it. In this case, the bulls will take over from a short-term perspective. Later on, we'll be waiting for this for them to take over from H4 above this major high. Meanwhile, we can break above this high, trade higher before trading lower again, right? We can't really know we want a break above this, but this is just to show us when the bulls are taking over from a short-term perspective, just like here above the high, traded higher, and so on. So that's basically it. Meanwhile, until we break above this, we can still trade lower and lower, right? We can't, trade lower and lower. And if we break below the weekly time frame, a candle close below this area, it wouldn't be good. We can expect uh, an overextended bearish movement, which we saw from daily time frame. Okay, so that's basically it. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.